Hello, my friends. This is Brian with The Life of Brian, speaker for the dead. I just figured, I haven't made a video in a while, and figured I'd just tell you guys what's been going on in my life. Because, that's really important. And talk about some things. So, for those of you who don't know, for about the last 30 plus days, I've been on a diet. I've lost over 40 pounds. Which is fantastic. I was starting to look like Jabba the Hutt, where it was just a head and it goes straight into it. There's no definition between my neck and my head. And I'm like, okay, you got to fix that. And I did this about 4 years ago. I dieted and lost 70 pounds. This is a different dieting program. And this is one I'm hoping will help it stick. Now where I drive, it's hard to eat healthy. I'm trying to come up with new ways of eating healthy while I'm on the road. And this plan actually helps me to do that. So it's called ChiroThin. They do it through chiropractors, and I've got a friend that lives in that goes to church with me, and he's helping me do this. And it's been really great so far. But it's caused some issues. So last weekend, Memorial Day weekend, my family went camping. Can't talk, apparently. It's tied my tongue. And so we went up to a place I love. It's called Gilmore in, not to be confused with the girls, in Idaho. It's an old ghost town. It was a mining town that slowly went bust. And old buildings and stuff. Now they've taken it and turned it into a redneck vacation site. They went in, took all the historical plots and sold them off to a bunch of losers for really cheap. And they've come in there and dumped a bunch of shitty campers and dumb outbuildings. And yeah, now it's so tragic what's happened to that area. But it's still beautiful to go camping. And you can go up at the top of the mountain. There's a lake called Meadow Lake that's fed from the snow and stuff. And it's just a pretty location. It's one of my favorite places to go. Anyway, so now up in this area, there's a hot springs called Goldbug. And it's a natural hot springs that has not been developed or anything. It's just coming right out of the mountain. They say it's one of the most beautiful places, hot springs in the Intermountain West. I don't know about that. And I love Idaho, so I'm not trying to crap on Idaho here, but so anyway, it's a 2-mile hike into the hot springs and then back. So, being on a diet, I don't have as much energy because you're not eating as much, because you're trying to burn everything off. Anyway, so if you ever want to do this hike, to describe it, it's like the Bataan Death March during World War II, except there's a hot springs in the middle of it. That's what it was like. So my wife, she'd done it before, and we go up there and she's like, so it's really steep at the beginning, and then it's flat for long ways, and it's really steep at the end, before you get to the hot springs. And I'm like, okay, well, it sounds like I can do that. Now mind, I'm losing weight. I'm not in shape, okay? Unless round is a shape. But as you could probably tell if you've watched my videos before that in my face I've lost a lot of weight. Apparently I was carrying about 30 pounds of it on my face. Anyway, but so we're going on this hike, and so when she says it's steep at the beginning, what she means is you're going up the side of a mountain, and so they zigzag it up the side of a mountain, and literally like you start off on that and it climbs probably, 200 feet, just zigzagging back and forth up the mountain, and then it goes along the mountain. And yes, I guess you could say that the middle is flat compared to the middle and the end, but it's not flat. It's a steady climb the whole way, but it's just a light graded incline. But it's still, you're climbing that whole time. And, in mine, we went there during a time. Anyway, by the end of it, the second steep part we got to, I was stopping every 20 feet so that I didn't have a heart attack. It was, and then we got to the hot springs, because what you really want to do when you're hot and sweaty and you've just walked 2 miles is get in hot water. Yeah, I didn't really think about that. There are cooler pools though, so I will say there is parts that are quite cool, because you've still got snow runoff that's coming, and it is a beautiful place. Lots of little different pools. Some are really hot, some are cooler, and stuff. But what made it really great was the moss and the floating stuff in the water. So I mean, which is just, I mean, when you get warm water and it's there over a long period, yes, you're gonna get moss and stuff. And I watched my daughter's boyfriend slip on a rock and about kill himself trying to get into the pool the first time, and I'm just like, well, that's gonna end. Is there a place to get a helicopter in here if somebody gets killed? You know, I'm just like, anyway. So my wife's like, yeah, but wasn't it worth it? No, not worth it. Not when you're dieting and you're out of shape and you're still a bit overweight. I mean, I'm not near as overweight as I was, but still, all of those combinations, and no, and so yeah, seriously, it's like the Bataan Death March with the hot springs in the middle of it. So you walk 2 miles, yeah, you get just relaxed and you're feeling good, and then you got to walk back out of there 2 miles. And so by the time you get back to pick up, you're hot and sweaty, and it's just like, that wasn't worth it. No. Anyway, I mean, it was beautiful, but yeah. Anyway, so that was part of our. Then we went 4-wheeler riding. We owned some ATVs and stuff like that, and it was fun. So we had a good weekend. Got to camp for like 4, almost 5 days. Which my family loves. All my kids were there, and we had some extras. One of my kids' friends, and then a boyfriend came with us, and nice kid. I'm pretty sure they're going to end up getting married unless something happens. But anyway, so it's just been financially, things are not good for me. For those of you who don't know, and I've said this in videos before, but this is I'm teetering on the edge of bankruptcy, which is why I'm where I'm at, wearing what I am, because I've had to go back over the road trucking with my truck. So right now I'm talking to you from Spokane, Washington. I'm hauling Amazon loads. So when you get your packages, I may have had something to do with it. Maybe not yours, but somebody's. You know, I hauled them somewhere. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I'm doing. And it's interesting doing this. It's pretty like technological as far as like trucking goes. It's kind of nice. You pull into the Amazon centers, their computer reads your plate. They know what you're there for. You're running everything off your app. You don't even really talk to anybody. You just like, boop, boop, boop. All right, I'm here. Boop, boop, boop. Drop the trailer. Boop, boop, boop. And I'm out of there. So it's kind of nice for that. And I'm only using my power unit, my truck. I'm pulling their trailers. So that was a moment in the life of a truck driver for that. But Amazon, you know, for the billions and billions of dollars that they make and that Bezos has, they kind of pay shit freight rates. And I realize you're pulling their trailers, but the trailers really aren't the expensive part of trucking. The power unit is the expensive part. The truck itself, the tractor, as it's called. I mean, that's where the fuel goes. That's where the motor is. That's where you change oil. That's where the driver gets paid. And it's just like, if my truck was totally paid off and I was out of debt, it might be okay. But because I'm not, and it isn't, yeah, that's a problem. But I mean, I'm in the process of buying a reefer trailer so I can haul my own stuff. I own flatbed trailers, but the flatbedding in our area has kind of petered out for what I do. And this fall we're looking to do some baling, like we do. I don't know if I ever posted videos on that last year, but we bale hay and straw and stack it and ship it, and we do all these different things and stuff. Maybe I'll make some videos on that. But I figured I'd reach out, see how you guys are doing, let you know I'm still alive. I apologize. I've just been trying to be busy. And when I'm not trying to make money, which is pretty much all the time, I'm being bombarded with honeydews. Oh, you're home? Oh, then you can build this and you can go and do that. And I just want to say this. Okay, I am a truck driver, and I've been a truck driver pretty much the entire time we've been married. Okay, And my beautiful wife, for some reason, thinks that because I have a penis, I have skills that I don't have. I don't know why. Because other men can do those things, she thinks I can do those things, despite the fact I've never told her I could do those things. And yet somehow she thinks I'm a carpenter. Now, I can hammer two boards together. I can put some screws in stuff. I'm not helpless when it comes to that kind of stuff around the house. I can do some stuff. But I had to try and make a rabbit hutch for the rabbit that she got for my daughter that I didn't want. Okay, because I had rabbits as a kid, and I know what happens to rabbits. That you love them when they're little cute fluffy buddies. The second they get big and hard to deal with, you don't even care about them. That's what's happened, and that's exactly what happened with this rabbit. And now it was in our house in a cage, and we changed the stuff. But it got to where I'm like, it stinks in here. Like the last thing we needed in our house was more poop from an animal. Okay. Because we've already got 2 dogs in the house, and the boy dog just loves trying to mark on things. You got to follow around and steam clean after him, and I mean, he's just, I love him. He's my buddy, but oh my gosh, he is a marker. And this is mine, and this is mine, and I'm gonna whiz on that, and I'm gonna pee over here, and like, stop it. Anyway, so yeah, so that's what's going on in my life. But yeah, it's kind of crazy right now. Just trying to stave off bankruptcy. Don't know how I'm going to do that. I've got over $50,000 in equipment payments that I have to make in the next couple of months that I don't have the money for. And I already talked to the one, and they're going to work with me on stuff. And you know, I don't know. Maybe I should send up a GoFund Brian but I mean, it's my problem. It's not somebody else's problem. I'm not gonna, like, why? That's not really fair for me to go, hey guys, I started a business and then had the worst luck in the entire world for the last 2 years. Can you guys save me? Never been that kind of guy. Always just, you know, and if I have to go through bankruptcy, that's what you do. I mean, if Donald Trump can go into bankruptcy and come out of it and become a billionaire again, I figure I probably can, you know, at least survive one. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I'm doing what I can to make this old thing go. But yeah, no, I'm going to start doing more videos because I'm on the road. I have the time. But they're going to be pretty much straight videos like this. And see my pretty vest. Don't you love it? Oh, yeah. Because people can't see me, apparently. I'm 6'2". When I was almost 300 pounds. Now I'm not. But, I mean, seriously, if you can't see me in a facility and you smash me with a dolly truck or another truck or stuff, you should not be driving. The fact that I have to wear this for stupid people because they can't see me in regular colors, like this, is going to stop them. Stop! I have a yellow vest on. You cannot. I'm still going to be dead. I'm just going to have a yellow vest on. I mean, if they couldn't see me before, I don't think this is going to help. Anyway, but that's my rant on. But there's always some safety person in some companies. It's like HR people and safety people are in the same mold in most companies. They're just there to justify their jobs, and they make up shitty, horrible, nasty freaking rules because that's how they justify their job's existence, is making up stupid rules that don't actually fix or help anything or anybody. Maybe I should go into that. Anyway, hope you guys are doing well, and yeah, I'll keep you posted. We'll be doing some videos. I'm watching a lot of anime because I've got time to kill. I've been watching the Apothecary Diaries, which I think is really great. Kind of a medieval Chinese intrigue story about a young girl who's an apothecary, and it's actually really good. There's a lot of really good stuff out there in the anime world, and Not so much. Like I hear the Wheel of Time's been canceled. Yeah. Oh, that is beautiful. I never watched a minute of it because why? Why would I? They're not good. I mean, I've learned now that Hollywood's not going to be authentic or true to any kind of creator's work. So I don't even bother anymore. It's not worth my time. So there isn't anybody in Hollywood who's a genuine fan or loves anything. They're just grifters. So anyway, but we'll be talking about different things. But anyway, thanks for being here with me today, and we will talk to you guys next time. Bye now.